Hey folks, this is just some instructions on the reading expectations and how you need to write your summaries. So this week, starting this week until the end of the month, in February we will start a new unit, but this week until the end of the month we will be reading daily. You will be reading the book that you should have obtained last week when I was making a big deal about getting your hands on a book to read and you needed to have it for class today on Monday. If you are a traditional student, be prepared that we will be reading in class at the beginning every day, so make sure you come prepared with your book. If you are a virtual student, just schedule some time for yourself to make sure that you can read every day for at least 10 minutes. If you get really into it and you end up reading longer than 10 minutes, that is 100% fine. But once our reading time has stopped, once we're done with our reading time, you're going to write a summary of what you just read. The reason why we're going to write a summary is to help you in a few different areas for English class. First of all, it's going to help you process and retain the information you just read. You have at least 6 classes. If you're virtual, you may have some more. And you're learning stuff and trying to retain stuff from all of your classes every single day. So that's just going to help you process and retain what you just read. Also, it's going to provide you with something to go back to in case you forgot something from your book. Also, this is really important. It's going to give you a daily writing practice that's low stakes. So this is a grade, but it's not a grade like a really high pressure essay. So it's low stakes. You have some freedom to make a few mistakes here and there, and it's not going to crash your grade. This is only worth 5 points every single day. So it is very, very important to your learning. Very, very important to your learning. Let me emphasize that. Again, very, very important to your learning. But I wanted to make it to where it doesn't reflect on your grade poorly. If maybe it takes you a while to get the hang of writing your summaries the way that you are expected to. So let's talk about the expectations for your summary. So for each one, you need to include the title of the book plus the author's name. Some people read really fast, and you might actually finish a book and start reading a second book. So it's important that you always put that information. You're going to put the page range that you read today. If you are listening to an audiobook, put the time. So maybe you started at 30 minutes, and since you read for 10 minutes, you ended at 40 minutes. So that's how you would do it if you're doing an audiobook. And then you're going to write a summary of 5 or more complete and proofread sentences summarizing what happened in the book. I am going to be looking for names, places, specific events. So be specific. Don't just be like, the character went to school. Okay, who's the character? What school did they go to? What grade are they in? What happened at school that day? Be specific. So here's an example of what I'm looking for. So I personally am currently reading The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. It is the second book in the Wheel of Time series. I have listened to the audiobook series up to the second to last book. I actually just started listening. Actually, no, the third to last book. I just started listening to the second to last book. I'm in chapter 2 of that one. But whenever I'm listening to audiobooks, I don't retain very well. So I've actually decided to go back and read the actual paper copy of the book so I can remember what happened. So in my reading, again, I'm reading The Great Hunt by Robert Jordan. I just threw out this page number as I'm making this video. I did not have my book with me, so I just kind of guessed these pages. So I said 85 to 103. Why not? But I did summarize what I read most recently. So the summary is correct. So I said, in this chapter, Rand, Perrin, and Matt set off with some guys from Shinar to go get the dagger and the Horn of Valor back. The dagger is important because if Matt doesn't stay close to it before he's cured from its curse, then he will die. The horn is important because if a dark friend were able to blow it, then the heroes of the horn would come fight battles for the dark friend. There is a guy named Ingtar who is obsessed with getting the horn back. Another guy named Uno is a big burly dude who makes Rand uncomfortable. At this point, not many people know that Rand can channel the one power, so he is wondering if Uno knows his secret. There's also the guy named Huron. He's a sniffer. Huron can smell violence. So if he walks over a place where someone was murdered, it smells bad to him. In this chapter, Rand is also worried about his friendship with Mat and Perrin. In the last chapter, Rand said some really, really mean things to them. He did it on purpose because he wanted them to be far away from them for their own safety. But now he has to do, you can see I did not proofread. He has to do a mission with them, and they are big mad at him. He wonders if they can be friends again. So it's not perfect, just reading this right now, I found a typo, but that's okay. This is, again, it's low stakes. I'm not looking for like final essay perfection here. Again, I'm just looking for you to fulfill the requirements I've put here, but then also we're hitting these purposes to help us in the future. So that's the instructions. Please be prepared to do one of these every single day. You'll type your summary in the text box. Thanks for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions.